So if the federal government shuts down, it's going to save us all a whole bunch of money, right? Well, not exactly. And why is that? Well, let's start with the basics. 1 million plus government workers will keep working and presumably get paid eventually. Well, that leaves another 800,000 workers who will be furloughed. But just because they won't be at work doesn't mean that they won't get paid. Take a look at this. How much did the last one cost? Well, no one is really sure, but the budget office did a quick and dirty calculation at the time and came up with a figure of roughly $1.4 billion in 1996 dollars. Now, most of that went to furloughed workers who were given back pay for the days that they were off work. And for bean counters, if you aren't producing anything but still getting paid, then that is actually a direct cost. Now, as for the fallout on the rest of the economy, the contractors who work for the government, the merchants who service government employees, no one really knows exactly how much that cost. Which brings me to how much this shutdown is going to cost. Another billion, maybe a few billion. Research firm Capital Economics says it could cost as much as 1% of the country's economic growth if it goes on long enough, 1% of the GDP. But of course, no one knows how long enough actually is. So how else does a shutdown cost money? Well, here's a great example that we've been using. America's national parks take in about $32 million on an average day, but without employees, no fees can be collected, so no income. There's also the cost to shut everything down, and then you have to start everything back up again, from office buildings to construction projects. Now, last time there was a shutdown, 200,000 passport applications weren't processed, toxic waste cleanup stopped, and 3,500 bankruptcy cases were delayed. So what it boils down to is that a chunk of our economy is about to grind to a halt if a deal isn't reached soon.